the Teacup of Wishes. Have you ever stumbled upon a place so hidden that you almost wonder if it's meant just for you? If you walk down bustling Harper Avenue on a Friday afternoon, you'll hear the laughter from kids spilling out of the candy shop, smell the fresh catch from Old Manny's fish market, and even catch a whiff of the leather at Charlie's shoemaker's stall. Past the barber's with his quicksilver scissors and the hum of endless conversations, you'll find a narrow alleyway tucked behind the corner bookstore. Keep going, past the piles of crates and ivy crawling up the old brick walls, until you reach the end of the alley. There, nestled quietly between a weathered bookshop and a flower stand, is a tiny old tea house with a hand-painted sign that reads, "The Wishing Teacup." The shop has been there for as long as anyone can remember, though it seems to escape notice unless you really need it. Inside, the air is warm and fragrant with the scent of countless tea leaves mingling with whispers of chamomile, lavender, and hints of rose. And at the heart of it all is Mabel, the tea house's owner, who seems to have a knack for knowing what each visitor needs, even before they do. Mabel has a quiet grace about her, the kind that makes you feel safe without a word. She wears her silvery hair in a loose bun, her sweater sleeves rolled up, hands gentle but sturdy from years of brewing teas and listening to people's stories. One rainy day, the door creaked open and a young woman stepped inside, her shoulders heavy with an invisible weight. Her name was Clara, and life hadn't been kind to her lately. She'd lost her job just 2 days prior and had been feeling utterly lost. She looked around the cozy tea house, her eyes lingering on the soft, worn armchairs and shelves lined with delicate teacups. She hesitated, then let out a quiet sigh and took a seat by the window. Mabel approached, her gentle gaze taking in Clara's weary face. "Rough day?" she asked softly, more as an observation than a question. Clara nodded, feeling a lump in her throat she hadn't realized was there. She wasn't sure why, but the warmth in Mabel's voice made her feel seen in a way she hadn't felt in a long time. Without another word, Mabel disappeared behind the counter and began preparing a blend she kept for days like this. Lavender, chamomile, a touch of honey, and a few rose petals. As she poured the hot water, she thought to herself, "Poor thing. She's carrying so much more than she's letting on." Mabel returned with the steaming cup, setting it carefully in front of Clara. "Take your time, dear," she said with a smile. Clara sipped the tea, and immediately, a gentle calm washed over her. She closed her eyes, letting herself savor the moment. She could feel the warmth spreading through her, as if the tea itself were a reminder that things could be okay again. She opened her eyes and found herself sharing the weight she'd been carrying. I just lost my job," she admitted, her voice trembling slightly. "It's been hard, and I feel like I'm running out of options." Mabel nodded, listening without interrupting. "Sometimes," she said, "we need to lose something to find what's truly meant for us." Clara wasn't sure if she believed that just yet, but there was a spark of hope in Mabel's words, something that felt truer than anything she'd heard lately. She noticed the tea house was filled with small tokens, a pressed flower here, a well-worn book there. It felt like a place where each item held a story. As Clara left, she felt a small comfort, a sense that maybe, just maybe, she'd find her way. Mabel watched her go, a knowing smile on her face. Over the weeks, Clara found herself coming back to the wishing teacup. Each visit, she'd tell Mabel a bit more about herself, and Mabel would listen, offering gentle words and her seemingly enchanted teas. One afternoon, Clara came in, looking brighter than she had in weeks. "Mabel, I got a new job," she exclaimed, her eyes shining. "It's not what I expected, but it feels right." Mabel beamed, pouring a celebratory blend of mint and lemon. Funny how things have a way of working out, she thought. But Mabel's tea house wasn't just there for Clara. Each day, people wandered in with their own stories, their own burdens. There was Mr. Fletcher, who came in every Wednesday after losing his wife, and who found a friend in Mabel's presence. There was Emily, a little girl who adored the peppermint tea Mabel brewed just for her, and who giggled every time Mabel pretended to forget the sugar. One evening, as Mabel closed the shop, she thought back on the many lives that had passed through her doors. She didn't have a magic spell or a secret recipe, only a heart that knew how to listen and a teapot that seemed to hold people's wishes. Her quiet thoughts whispered, "Sometimes, all we need is a place to be seen, a warm cup to hold, and someone to believe that we'll be okay." And as she placed a fresh teacup by the window, a small gesture for whatever visitor might need it next, she smiled, feeling her own little wish come true.